David Swenson, who is the chief investment officer at Yale, took them from 1 billion, which it took him almost 200 years to get to 25 billion in less than 20 years. He's considered the institutional superstar in institutional investing. Said to me that mutual funds charge absorbent fees for a shocking disservice to investors. I mean, he does not pull punches. He says it's insane for you to invest in an actively managed mutual fund, because when you take all these additional costs in there, there's just no way they can consistently beat the market. So all you're doing is giving up your income to someone who's not doing you a service of any sort. It sounds shocking. It sounds absurd. But it's even worse in the 401k industry. I mentioned in the other podcast, for 30 years, that industry, which is a $6 trillion industry, there's 90 million Americans that have a 401k. More people have a 401k than have a home, to give you an idea. But for 30 years, they didn't have to tell you what they charge you. So they just took fees. Some of those fees can be as much as 4%. You could say, I want to invest in an index fund, and many of them won't offer it. But even the ones that do sometimes have a sales load of 3% up front. 3% to get in the game for something that costs 0.05%, 0.05%, 5 basis points, right? So it's just crazy the world we live in. And every one of those 1% above that first 1% that you've got to pay or less, that's a decade of income. So if you're paying 2% more, that's 2 decades of income, and you got nothing for it. It's nuts, and it can only happen because there's no transparency. And what we've done with this Unshakable book is bring you that transparency and show you exactly what it is. And that's also what Peter's firm does, is looks at it and shows you exactly what it is. They read the forms, they figure it out for you.